back, everybody, to the Traversing Life with TK show. Today, I want to talk a little bit about accepting your current reality so that you can move forward. So many people get stuck in what's going on right then in that moment, and then they start getting depressed, they start getting angry, they start getting um, jealous, they start just putting in so much energy into what ifs, what could they have done, why is it this way, and just start running down this rabbit hole that gets them just in a loop of stagnation. Because now you're just like on the hamster wheel and just running in circles and circles and circles, and you have nowhere to go. And you think you have a goal, but you'll never get there because you're running in place. And in order to get off this hamster wheel, to get stop running these circles and going around in these loops, you have to accept your current reality. You have to accept where you are right now. And I know this might be hard. And what's going on right now, depending on what you're going through, you might not want to accept it at all. Because let's just call it like it is. It's some bullshit. And you're not trying to deal with that. So you don't want to accept what's going on right now. But in order to move forward, you have to accept where you are. You have to accept what you're doing in this moment. You have to accept the actions that you have done to get you where you are, the decisions that you've made, the way that you maneuver through this life. Because once you start to accept it and you take that as this is where you are right now, this is the base truth for you right now, then you can start to make changes. See, it's not focusing on all that negative. You're just focusing on where you are right now. You have to get your emotions, get all of that stuff. Not your just your emotions. You have to get your biases is the best term for it. You have to eliminate your biases about the situation in order to look at it objectively. In order to look at it from a overview so that you're not just stuck in the situation, because this happens to everybody. When you're in a situation, a lot of times you can't see the details of what's going on. But once you step outside of it, that's when you start to see the other aspects of what's actually going on. So, by you accepting what's going on, now you could take that step back and actually look at the situation. Look at what's going on without being in the situation. And this may take some time for people. Some people it might happen instantly, and some people might fight back with this. But I'm telling you, and you don't have to take my word for it. Just try it. Once you start to accept it, and you don't have to accept the whole thing at once, because I know that could be a daunting thing depending on whatever you're going through, and because everybody's going through so much at any given time, whether it be good or bad. But accepting that situation, once you start to accept even little parts of it, you'll start to see those aspects start to change. Because you're like, okay, I accept that this is happening. What can I do to move forward from there? And now you have a way to move forward. Start taking the actions. Start putting in the actual work to change these things. But you can't do it without accepting where you are. Because if you're not honest with yourself about what's actually going on, how can you ever change anything? You're going to change the lie, but it's still going to be a lie. You have to change the truth. You have to change the essence of what it is. Alchemize the situation in order to become who and what you truly want to be. And this is something that when you go down this path, you have to be aware of the pros and cons. And I'm going to start with the cons because a lot of people, be like, oh, okay, well, what bad can happen? Because again, a lot of people go toward that first. Well, you start concentrating on the situation And then you get so focused on the situation that now you forget that you were trying to find a solution to the situation. Another con, you realize that a lot of what's going on around was you. Didn't have nothing to do with anybody else but you. And coming to that conclusion and understanding that your actions, the way that you maneuvered through whatever situation and through your life, has brought you where you are. This can cause you to look at yourself in a different way, create more biases on the situation when you're trying to eliminate those biases. Remember how I was talking about stepping back from the situation so you can actually look at it? This can cause you to step into the situation even more. Because now you're analyzing that so much that again, you lose sight of the goal of, hey, we're trying to find a solution to whatever's going on. We're trying to move forward. We're trying to make positive changes to our lives in order to grow and elevate. Um, there's some other cons that could happen, but it's really just a lot of getting you stuck in that cycle of being stuck back in the situation instead of, looking at it from that outside perspective. Now, the pros to accepting where you are right now. You get to release so much worry. You get to let so much stress off your shoulders. You get to have hope again. If you've lost hope, I'm not sure exactly what situation you're in. But a lot of times, people lose hope, people lose faith, people lose that determination, that drive, because they've been stuck in that hamster wheel, just going in that circle for so long that now they don't know when they're going to be able to step off of it. And once you accept it and you step off of that hamster wheel, and now you're like, oh man, I see that loop. I see all the stuff that was going on over and over and over. And now I can actively make changes. You get a newfound hope. You get newfound inspiration. You get newfound drive in order to achieve those goals, in order to achieve the things that you were trying to achieve. Because that's really what it comes down to, is you're trying to better yourself. You have a goal you want to achieve, and you have to find ways to do it. And along the way, we get stuck. And this is a ever-changing process. You're always going to have to keep looking at where you are and accepting where you are at all times. It doesn't matter what situation you're in. Everybody accepts the situation that they're in when things are going good. Life is good. Things are going exactly how you want them to. Things are on the up and up. But then when things start to go wrong, or things start to go not how you planned, or a wrench gets thrown in the system or whatever, then you don't want to accept the situation. But again, you have to accept where you are in order to grow. And this is where some people would call like certain spiritual awakenings or coming to God moments or just truly life-changing moments. It's because in that moment, it causes them to truly accept who they are, where they are, and what they are at that moment. And it gives them that hope, that vision for the future. Now, it comes in many different forms. That's why I say, coming to God moment, life-changing moment. There's all, spiritual awakening. There's a lot of different terms for these things, but really what it comes down to is just a moment in your life where you accepted everything. And once you accepted it all, you now are able to make full changes. That's why people are like, they're like a whole new person. It's like, yeah, because now they made all the changes to be that new person. They kept being that same person over and over and over again in the cycles. And now you made the changes. So accept where you are. And don't be sad. Don't be upset. These are things that you should be happy about. You should be joyous about because now you have the chance to grow. You have the chance to change whatever you want to change about yourself. Isn't that a great thing? I think it's one of the best things in this world is to realize that, hey, you have the power to change whatever is going on. But you have to accept what's happening right now. You have to accept who you are in this moment. Because if you can't, then you can't move forward. Because what are you changing then? Again, you're changing that facade, but you're not changing that core you. You're not changing that the base instincts of yourself. You're not changing those things that would make you into a new person. You got a new personality. Oh, okay, they got a new mask, they got a new hat. Oh, you got some new clothes. But it's still you. You haven't changed you at all. You just changed the clothes, you just changed that outer shell. You changed your appearance. But you didn't change anything that had substance and matter for your future, for your experience here in this reality. So, really take some time to think about where you are right now. Do you accept where you are? Do you might accept certain aspects of where you are and what you're doing right now, but can you fully accept everything that you got going on right now? You're good, you're bad, you're ugly, you're indifferent, everything about you. Not having to do with anyone else but you. Accept who you are, accept where you are and what you are and how you're doing it right now, and then you'll see those changes. You can't see the changes until you accept it because everything is a decision. Everything is how you decide, how you perceive what you have going on. So why not make the change? And you can't change it unless you accept it and understand it and know that that's what it is. So take some time for real, look inside and really see where you are. See where you are in accepting who you are. Because everybody knows how much acceptance they have of themselves. They might not tell nobody else. It's something that only you know. Only you will tell yourself. You might tell your partner, maybe, depending on what's going on. You may tell your parents, but really and truly, you don't fully let anybody know how well you are accepting yourself. It's something that happens. When it happens, it just shows. It's not even something that you can really talk about. So take some time and view who you are. Accept it or not, and you'll see the changes. But as always, my gratitude for you all who are watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm always going to respond to the comments and everything. Hit me up on my website. Get a one-on-one call. We can go deeper on stuff. But hey, peace. See y'all next time.